Happy Saturday and welcome to the Connect Show, Texas. We are excited, of course, to be with you today on your Saturday morning. Each week, we are just diving into different conversation and business topics and learning from what we like to call boss babes who are leveling up. So first, let's welcome my beautiful co-hosts, Michelle Hammonds and Wendy Morales. Hi, ladies. Good morning.
Hello, Texas.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, summer is just around the corner, and I know that it is so important for moms and just for families to think about activities. Like, we only have a few more weeks to think about how we're going to keep our kids entertained, how we're going to keep just our sanity and our
That's
joy.
right.
Like, my hair is already going crazy. But do you guys have anything that you have planned as far as camps or free activities that you can share with our audience to help them kind of get their mindsets going on how to make it the best summer for their kids without spending a lot of money?
Well, I just wanted to say I can totally relate where you're coming from, Michelle. When my kids were little, I would get about 3 to 4 months into prior to summer and start planning because everything fills up quick. Yeah. Camp is always an incredible option. The kids learn so much and they have the best time, and you get a little free time to yourself while they're gone. Yeah. But for us, now that our kids are older, I think the most important or the important planning for me is I always plan a family vacation for us. And I usually try to let each one of the kids decide where we want to go. I know this year we're taking a trip that we had to put on hold due to COVID. Last summer, we didn't get to take one. So, and we're going to be going to Cabo, which you were just at, Michelle.
I'm going to give you all the tips.
So,
That's right.
Yeah, but for summer camp, I'm telling you, summer camp is amazing.
This summer we have signed up for camp. My daughter is actually in like 3 different camps. There's a tennis camp and they're all with her school, which is fun. She can keep up. She's in kindergarten, but these people have a lot going on. So she can keep up with Claiborne and Evie and all the people. And I'm excited for her. She's thrilled for camp. There's a tennis camp, a summer camp, and these are they're not overnight, which is not allowed anyway. She's 6, so she can't spend the night anywhere. But she can go play for the day. And I'm excited for just the activities, letting her go run and play and be outdoors. It's so important for kids these days with all the screen time that they have. It's really just, I'm happy to just have them outside doing fun things. And we do plan to go to San Antonio to the Sea Aquarium, I think it's called. So.
Oh, that would be so fun. I literally was just talking to my sister-in-law. She has 3 girls. I have 4 kids, but 3 that are young. And we were talking about different camps, even for the toddler age, because I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and then a 10-year-old. And there are actually camps for toddlers as well and for 10-year-olds. And I had no idea. And they're day camps, just like what you were saying, to get your kids outside, doing fun activities. So building that socialization, continuing their education throughout the summer.
Yeah. And I forget you girls have really little ones. So yes, the overnight camp, and that's actually what I was talking about. But my kids didn't start until after they were 8 years old. But that's why I kept saying summer camp. I'm just assuming everyone can take their little ones and, drop them off for a couple of weeks. And then you have some solo time.
I'm just praying for the day.
And speaking of solo, what about you girls? Are y'all into taking solo trips? Have either of you ever done that?
I feel really strongly about this. It's been kind of, I guess, since having children and realizing, literally as a mom, as a parent, as a businesswoman, owning my own business, I have realized the power of having time to yourself and having time to recharge so you can be filled up to pour back in to your family and serve them and be rejuvenated and inspired. And I actually I feel like it's important. And if you can choose yourself for a weekend or a day trip even, then I promise you that self-revelation, restoration, and peace you're going to gain is going to bless your family.
Let's switch into the topic of leadership this morning, as most of our viewers are women in business and female entrepreneurs. And speaking of being by yourself and being your own company, I know a lot of people, have a better time being entertained by others. Let's talk leadership. What does a good leader look like? Are you a person that's able to, really entertain yourself, be your own company? What does that look like? And how can people level up their skills to have the confidence and assurance to, stand alone?
Lead well. Well, Natalie, I love talking about leadership. I've just been on this learning and growing. And I feel like the greatest sign of a leader is self-growth and having the revelation to grow, learn, keep going, invest in yourself so you can invest in others. And I think my husband and I were just talking about our business and our employees and just how we can inspire them instead of motivate them. From motivation is so outward, inspiration is from the inside. So they are literally inspired to pour out.
So good, you guys. I love all of these topics today. What a great show we have in store for you. We're going to take a quick break and be back with Pinterest boss. You won't want to miss this. It's so good. I didn't know it was just an SEO. It's just so clear. Shaunda Necole, she's up next to talk about the magic online. We'll be right back.
This week's tech tip from Shelby Tech, we're going to dive a little deeper into your email and a little deeper into your backups. Not only is it important to utilize your email to build your brand, but another thing to think about is we utilize our email almost every single day in business. So what would happen if all of a sudden your email got hacked? Or what would happen if for some reason you go onto your emails and they're all gone? How would that affect your business? It's extremely important to make sure that you have some kind of backup of your email, and not just to make sure that you're backing up your email, but your SharePoint drive, your OneDrive, and in particular that you're checking those backups, because you don't want to have to back up from 6 months before. You want to back up from once a week. It's another thing to think about. Your email is extremely important in business these days. So how are you backing it up?
My name is Belinda. I'm a busy mom from a small town in West Texas. I wear many hats throughout my day, from mom, wife, CFO, and having my own YouTube channel. Pretty much anything thrown my way, I'll give it a try. I share a ton of different tips over on my YouTube, from cooking, cleaning, and organizing your home to all things mom. I would love to share all this with you. Find me over on all of my socials for the latest, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel under Belinda & Co.
Well, welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas. So our next guest, she is beautiful, she's bold, she's eccentric. I love all of the things she shares, and she's actually a Pinterest powerhouse, living her best life. I knew you'd like this, Michelle, because you're like through social media. Yes. So, Shaunda Necole, welcome to the show. You are helping bloggers and creators do the same thing, and that's live their best life. Welcome.
Hi, Shonda.
Thanks so much for having me today.
So, Shonda, we found out that you actually have a background, your corporate background, and that you've had a few career pivots getting to this point. And it's just so incredible that you are such a perseverer and you have grown so much, and everything you're learning, you're teaching others. Can you kind of share with us how you got to this point and a little bit more about your journey?
Sure. Thanks for asking. Thanks for having me, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm Shaunda Necole. I'm a blogger and a digital content creator. I think I always knew a job like this existed for me, but we didn't know what it was called years ago.
Right.
But yeah, I had a cheerleading store in a mall that scaled to a wholesale store Our biggest customer was Amazon, and we sold and distributed products to them that way. We specialized in hair bows for cheerleaders, but we sold everything, uniforms, everything. And so once my store went from retail 363 days a year in a shopping mall, if you remember what a shopping mall is, to that wholesale type space, I found myself with some free time than what I had before. And I started collecting the Mackenzie Childs brand of home decor products. And I found out that they have this huge sale every year for their customers and fanatics like me that love the brand. And it was like 80% off for 4 days, where everyone comes through this town of, it's like 900 people in the village and 20,000 people come through for this sale. So I decided I was going, and then I just put on my entrepreneur cap and thought, well, if I'm going, I'm sure there are other women who would love to go too and just can't for whatever reason. So I put an ad on eBay and said, hey, I'll shop for you. You know, it'll be a fee to get on my list and a commission that you'll pay for whatever I purchase. And it worked. And I had several customers for the event.
And one of the things I love about you most, Shonda, is that you are bold and you're unapologetic. How did you discover and develop your brand voice? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I thank you, by the way, Wendy. And I say that I am always trying to get paid to be me. That's my goal.
There
And
you
that's
go.
that's my mission when I'm teaching other women and entrepreneurs too, is how to get paid to be you, because whatever we like to do, that's what we're going to be best at. So I love people. I love talking to people. I love teaching people. That's what I did in corporate. So I really just leverage my voice in that way. And I actually love making connections with people, which is huge in the online space. And one would think, like, really, the online space? But yes, using those same skills that you use offline and in person to meet people, exactly what you want to do online and form those meaningful connections, because it's really my partnerships with other people that help put my business on the map.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. I mean, connection is everything when it comes to, like you say, online and in person. Thank you for all that incredible information, Shonda. And why don't you share with us, like, what's coming up next in Shonda's world, and how can people connect with you?
Sure. Thanks for asking again. So I have a couple of products that we're launching. I have a Shopify store, and oddly enough, Pinterest is a great source for me to interact with women that have come out of their or going into a hysterectomy procedure. So I have actual products in my Shopify store to kind of make that a light experience and throw a party to celebrate. So we have new products coming out for that. And I'm also relaunching my Pinterest Magic Marketing course, because there's been some brand new algorithm updates with Pinterest. So there's a free live training for that on June 1st. So if you want to get in touch with me about Pinterest, it's easy. It's my name is my website, shondanecole.com/Pinterest. And then if you're interested in anything else from women's hysterectomies to Mackenzie Childs home decor, you can just go to shondanecole.com/subscribe, and you can kind of sign up and connect with me on whichever interest you have that way.
Well, I just want to add, we giggle because, Shonda, we talked a little bit about the hysterectomy piece when we had our phone call. Ladies, yes, it's a real thing. We know. Men, sorry, we're talking about it. But you mentioned your hysterectomy party, and I thought we should touch on that real quick, because how divine. You know, we hear people have divorce parties nowadays to celebrate. You know, you could go into it with your head down and feeling sad, but now you're taking an opportunity to educate women about that. And I think that's very powerful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. I say, when life gives you lemons, plant them and grow an empire. So,
yes,
you know, hysterectomy, we have party printable signs, a bingo game, because we want you to celebrate this new chapter. And what I'm trying to teach women is this is a new chapter for you. So you're going to come out of this and birth something new. No uterus needed. So we want you to, celebrate.
I love that.
Celebrate don't get overwhelmed with the surgery, but get overwhelmed in planning this fabulous party.
Awesome. Shonda Necole, make sure you are following her. Her page is sensational. And we have more business conversation coming up right here on the Connect Show Texas. Make sure you stay tuned. We will be right back with tips for your summer family photos next.
Hi there, thanks for joining me. Today I would like to talk to you about negotiations. When you find a home you love and you're ready to make the offer, I think it's really important to have a plan. How are we going to go through this negotiation process? Because you are going to be negotiating. So as a buyer, do you want to negotiate the very best possible price up front? That's one way to be negotiations for sure. Or are you going to go ahead and pay full price or close to full price? But when you do inspections, you want everything fixed so the day you move in, the house is fully functional. It's really important to analyze your style as a buyer so the transaction goes smoothly. If you want everything fixed that may come up on the report, perhaps you don't use your negotiation power up fully in the very beginning. Hope it helps.
Well, welcome back to the Connection Show, Texas. So our next guest is getting us photo fresh, right? It's summertime, it's upon us in just weeks, a matter of weeks, y'all. And I think family pictures is just so important in general, but even if you can't have pictures for your family, it's great to have a photo shoot for yourself. For your social media, for your website, for your wall. We take all of these pictures and they go nowhere. It's really a shame. I'm excited. Our next guest, Sophia, is going to break it all down, how to turn photography into a business and also just build a beautiful feed. Welcome to the show, Sophia.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Sophia, so I am about to have a photo shoot done here in a week or so, a business one. So what perfect timing.
Yeah.
So you've been a photographer for some time now. With that being said, can we talk, or can you tell me a little bit about natural light photography versus studio light? What is the difference?
So, lighting is very important in photography, and most photographers either go with natural light or studio light photography. Personally, I mix both. Natural light photography is basically you shooting outdoors with ambient light or using whatever light you have available. Studio light photography is using flash, continuous light, or even a strobe. And the difference is the control, the amount of control you have on your lighting. When you're using studio light photography, like strobes, you're able to control your light however way you want it. There are different types of photographers. There are other photographers that like shooting in ambient light, and they call themselves natural light photographers. And there's some photographers that shoot strictly just studio using studio lighting. I use both. I balance both natural light and studio light photography.
Well, that is incredible. I love that you're a photographer. I work with photographers. Like Wendy was saying, I love not only family photography, but as a blogger, influencer, we do photo shoots so much, like every week, probably. It's fun, but
Yeah.
I know it's so essential when people are looking for a photographer. Your pictures are so beautiful. You have such a variety and incredible portfolio. I'm so impressed by what you've shot and your viewpoint. It's so unique and special. What can you teach us when we are looking to hire a photographer? What is something we need to look for?
I think the main thing for me is style. You have to look at what style your photographer is showing. There are some photographers that like posing their subjects more. There's some that are lifestyle photographers. I am 100% a poser. I would pose you. You don't step in front of me without me posing you. It's not going to happen. So you have to look at their portfolio and make sure that their style matches exactly what you want. Um, that's one. And two, you also have to look at the editing style. My editing style is bright and airy. So it means that, if you want a moody type of um, photography, you need to basically look for a photographer that matches that style.
I also always wonder, if there's actual photographers, like, for example, do you ever go as far as selecting like outfits, colors. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. That's something that I've always wondered if there are some photographers that take that extra step and do that for their clients for their photo sessions.
Yes. So for my studio, I do go through a consultation process. And what I do is that I ask, what are you wearing? So I can have a backdrop that kind of matches your outfit. Sometimes I also consult with stylists. And what they do is that they can bring your vision to life. They can point you to where to get the outfit that you want for that photo shoot. Um, every single photo session I do, I ask, what are you wearing? How would you like to look? How would you like me to pose you? Do you have any inspirations? Yes, that's very important. I don't think you should show up on a set without actually knowing what your backdrop is going to look like or what your background is going to look like.
Sophia, just from a business perspective, talk a little bit about how you got into the industry and kind of who your mentors were along the way. With your work, it's so aesthetically pleasing. What tips do you have also for people just really looking to kind of really get into the business and make it more than just a hobby?
Okay, well, my start was kind of interesting. I had just graduated from college and I moved out to Midland and I had absolutely nothing to do after. And there's a whole lot to do in Midland, but I would get home from work and I'm so bored. I was like, what else can I do? And a good friend of mine was like, go get a camera. Like, just go out there, buy a camera and just start shooting. The advice I can give to upcoming photographers is to like stay consistent. Just keep shooting, keep practicing, and keep going out there. You would eventually get better. And then also figure out your why. Like, why are you doing this? And is it, to capture beautiful pictures? You're passionate about this. You have to figure out why you want to be a photographer.
Thank you, Sophia. You're so beautiful. You could be in front of the camera. You can do both, girl. You can do both.
Thank you.
You're so beautiful and so wise. Like, knowing your why in the beginning, that is truly what is going to sustain any business. So I just love that you do that. And Natalie, I completely agree. She should be in front of it to be growing.
Yeah.
You're so beautiful. I bet your kids are gorgeous as well. But I just want to thank you, Sophia, for coming on the show. And I just want you guys to stay tuned because we're about to check in with Christy Primer. She is here, the prime time, literally.
Yeah.
Prime time. She is such a powerhouse, and she's sharing how you can crush it.
Welcome to Crush It with Christy. I'm Christy Primer, president of Primetime Consulting Services. Everything that my products and services lead to is empowering and educating women to step up and into the woman they want to be. A lot of times women get lost in the hustle and bustle of being a mom, being a wife, being a manager, a business owner. They forget to slow down and really tap into what they want. That's where I step in. I would love it if we could connect and really look at where you want to upgrade your life, starting with your mindset and really tapping into your dreams and desires. You can have it all. The relationship, the money, the business, the family. You just have to make the decision that you're worth it. Connect with me on Instagram or check out my website and let's link arms and help you live your best life.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Well, welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas. What a great show we had today. Just so excited to visit with more women and learn from you ladies as well. And as summer draws near, we are starting to show a little bit more skin. So ladies, and this is, not only a question for women, often something men can deal with as well, but showing more skin can mean exposing those stretch marks. So should those be covered up, or should people just feel free to let their stretch marks shine brightly? Ladies, what do you say? Let the stretch marks shine bright or just cover them up?
I say shine bright, because stretch marks, shine bright, shine, girl. You just put them out there because they're beauty marks, and why not? It's part of our body, and we should be proud.
I just love I feel like on the show recently, we've been talking about the shifts in perspective, but also like the definition of the way we look at specific things, from age to stretch marks, how we've been told for the longest time that we need to cover it all up, cover up our age, be embarrassed of our age, and then be embarrassed of our stretch marks, like cover it up, don't show anyone. But the truth is, stretch marks show character and such beauty. Like, we should be proud that our bodies are so strong, that they've been stretched to the limit, and that these are signs that we're overcomers. And when it comes to showing off who we are, that is the ultimate. And when we can have the confidence to bear it all, show it all, and shine, then it's going to empower everyone around us to do the same. And I think that no one should ever be afraid or ashamed of their bodies or who they are, but they should embrace it and arise in that bathing suit, in that bikini, and be thankful that they're healthy and beautiful just as they are. They don't have to change a thing.
Well, I'm going to remember that, Michelle, every time that I'm putting on a swimsuit, because that was always a very hard thing for me. But once I started, becoming more confident, as an adult, and just like you said, arise. And now, I'm at the gym with my little crop top, and if one's sticking out and saying, hey, I'm like, hey. Yeah. And, it is. I love, it's just part of our body, and we should be proud always. I am so loving today's show, and with each guest, all that we're learning. Ladies, we're learning so many incredible things, meeting so many new people, and I just love it. And to keep that learning going, make sure to our guests that you are following us. To our audience, that you're following us on all social media platforms.
Yes, that's right, y'all. Come on. I know I said y'all.
That's good. That worked good.
That's Texas.
That's right. If you're looking to tap in to more revelation and learn from these incredible guests, definitely check out Natalie's Network. Go to our YouTube, binge watch Netflix, and connect with us. We can't wait to get to know you and continue to support you the way we have the opportunity to. Such a blessing.
Right. So awesome. You guys make it a fantastic Saturday. We'll see you next week. Bye.